There are souls that are here that came directly from Source, that literally used to sit next to God. And their energy is very different, it's very unique. Their light is different, their light is very unique. Their life has been very difficult, very challenging. These souls were part of the first and second wave of volunteers that chose to come here during this time. Since so many were hesitant to come down to help navigate through this transition when the call went out in the high tables, that these specific souls stepped forward and they were warned how difficult and challenging that it was going to be because of what it's like to be on this planet. Dolores Cannon goes heavy and she talks heavily about it. I wish she was still here. Like, we got to use her insight right about now. These particular souls can't, their path can't be knocked off their path. They can't, there's nothing that they can do or anyone else can do to stop them at this point. They have woken up, they are starting to remember, they are starting to understand, they are stepping back into their purpose and power, understanding exactly who they are. They're remembering. And there's quite a few of them. These souls have been monitored their entire life. They've been tracked their entire life. And I know exactly how. They were more than likely abducted at a young age. They've had gifts their entire life, but they were put into a deep hibernation. It was one of those deals where they were hidden in plain sight. And even though they were hidden and had no idea who they were, the powers that be that wanted to stop it knew who they were. And even though they were never allowed to, or given an opportunity to take these particular souls out, the only thing they could do was hope that those souls would take themselves out. That they would put so much on their shoulders that hopefully it would cause them to give up. That was their only hope. They had to do it to themselves. The powers that be needed these particular souls to become their own worst enemy. For it was the only way that they were going to stop what was happening. That's why these particular souls trigger people like they do. They're walking tower moments. They're here to quite literally heal the planet. And even though they may not be perfect, and there may be flaws that lots of other people may see inside of these individuals, they're nothing in comparison to what they're going to do for this planet and navigating through this transition. They are heavily, heavily protected spiritually. They are divinely guided. And there's nothing that can stop them. They will allow for God, the universe, will allow others to try to affect them for one or two reasons. One, to allow them to have these experiences, to start waking them up, to see what it's like to feel these experiences, and when people are doing things they know that's not right, and it slowly starts putting pieces of the puzzle together for them. And then also too, it allows those that don't mind taking advantage of people, of innocent people, especially of souls that have such huge hearts and only want to love. That's all they want. That's all they care about, helping and loving. It allows for souls that want to come against that to collect enough karma to deliver justice and hopefully change the perspective and get them on a different track, different path. These souls come directly from Source. They literally sit next to God. And it has taken me a very long time to even muster up the courage to deliver this type of information from what I'm understanding about these particular souls. Because it is such a bold statement.